Good evening, brothers and sisters. This is Danny from CatchForChrist.net, and today we're going to be memorizing Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 16. As always, we'll be using Scripture Typer, the Bible memory app that I highly recommend. Please see the first video on this playlist for a more in-depth tutorial on how I like to use Scripture Typer to get the most out of it. So, pretty self-explanatory, though. You just hit My Verses, you'll hit the plus sign, hit New Verse, and then you just type, or you find the book you're looking for, type in the chapter and the verse. You can choose different translations. I'll stick with the NIV for now, and I'll put this in a verse of the day playlist, look at this, collection, I should say. So import verse text. Oh goodness, I forgot them. It came through my service. Don't have too many bars right now. Anyway. Save, and then you just scroll down to that verse collection, and then scroll down to the verse. So once you get there, it's a 3-step process to memorize it. The first step is to type it. You're going to type the first letter of each word, and it'll turn from gray to black. And I recommend that you recite the verse as you are typing. So I will search for the lost and bring back the strays. I will bind up the injured and strengthen the weak. But the sleek and the strong I will destroy. I will shepherd the flock with justice. Ezekiel 34:16. Once again, I will search for the lost and bring back the strays. I will bind up the injured and strengthen the weak. But the sleek and the strong I will destroy. I will shepherd the flock with justice. Ezekiel 34:16. And one more time, I will search for the lost and bring back the strays. I will bind up the injured and strengthen the weak. But the sleek and the strong I will destroy. I will shepherd the flock with justice. Ezekiel 34:16. So I like to do each step at least 3 times to really ingrain the verse in my head. So when you do that at least 3 times, the next step is to memorize it. It's going to take away half the words. So now you're essentially filling in the blanks, and you're still hitting the first letter of each word. I will search for the lost and bring back the strays. I will bind up the injured and strengthen the weak. But the sleek and the strong I will destroy. I will shepherd the flock with justice. Ezekiel 34:16. Now, as you see, when you make a mistake, it'll turn red, and it will buzz to let you know that you made an error. And the next time you come to that place, it'll still have that heat signature, which the app calls it a heat signature. So I will search for the lost and bring back the strays. I will bind up the injured and strengthen the weak. But the sleek and the strong I will destroy. I will shepherd the flock with justice. Ezekiel 34:16. So that intermediate step is really important because you don't have to recall all the words at once. And I think this middle step is so crucial. So once again, I will search for the lost and bring back the strays. I will bind up the injured and strengthen the weak. But the sleek and the strong I will destroy. I will shepherd the flock with justice. Ezekiel 34:16. All right, and then the last step, as you can guess, is to master it. Here, you're going to have no on-screen helps. The heat signatures will still be there, so that's a little bit of a help. But for the most part, you're going off from memory here. And at this point, you should be hearing your own voice in your own head, if you're anything like me, which is why I like to recite it. Because you're reciting, you're hearing your voice recite it, you are typing, you're also reading what you're typing. So you're interacting with the verse in many different ways. So I will search for the lost and bring back the strays. I will bind up the injured and strengthen the weak. But the sleek and the strong I will destroy. I will shepherd the flock with justice. Ezekiel 34:16. Now, when you surpass your accuracy threshold, my target accuracy is 96%, but you can tweak that in your settings. If you hit that, it'll say, "Great job, you mastered this verse." And once you hit 100%, after a couple tries maybe, I recommend that you try to get it at least 3 times at 100%. You really want to ingrain the ever-free verse error-free version of the verse in your head, because you may have been struggling up to this point, as I often do, especially with longer passages. So it's really important to keep drilling it in, especially when you first learn it, because that's going to make the review a lot easier. So anyway, so tomorrow if I do the same verse and get at least 96%, it'll advance my review frequency from daily to every 2 days, and then eventually it'll go to 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, etc., all the way to annually and do not review. If you go to review, it'll tell you all the verses that you have coming up, so you don't have to keep track of your verses on your own. The app does all of that for you. And if you don't hit your accuracy, it'll just keep you at that same review frequency. So that's pretty much it for today. I'll continue to work on this verse after I end this video. But thank you for watching. This is Danny from CatchForChrist.net. I'll try to post this, if not tonight, then tomorrow morning. I have class all day on Thursdays. And then I'll have maybe 2 posts on the site tomorrow, because I don't have any class tomorrow. That's too much information. Anyway, have a great night. God bless.